Finishes 36-0 with his victory tonight as the national champion at 133 pounds. Might mention too that Garrett and Megaludis are two of the 5 four-time All-Americans coming out of this championship. So, Nahshon, if you'd like to make a brief statement about your match, and we'll open up for questions, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm excited that the outcome was me winning it, but you know, I did wrestle with a little bit of fear and anxiety. I didn't take as many shots as I probably could have, but I guess I should focus on what I didn't do and focus on what I did do, which was fought in the hands hard. Those guys are obviously really good at grinding people out, and that's how they win most of their matches. And you know, I think I did what I needed to do in order to be where I am now.
All right, first question right there.
Nahshon, Zach Miller, Pro Wrestling Ohio Cast. Do you remember the last time you have been called for stalling 3 times in a match, if ever, in your life? And did that affect you at all in your strategy, or didn't it matter?
You know, it didn't matter that much. Yeah, I didn't realize I was stalling, but I mean, I guess I could have been one more offensive. But you know, those guys are good at what they do. They're good at pushing guys around and playing the part really well. So he did his job, and he did what he needed to do, and I did what I needed to do.
Right here.
Nahshon, when you got out there, you were just...
Excuse me, identify yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keith Rat, ESPN, Ithaca. Nahshon, when you first got out there, you just stood still at center mat while Clark was bouncing all over the place. What were you thinking about right before it began?
Well, I was thinking about just having just peace and just calming myself in the midst of everything going on. I just really need to show and express that I was at a peaceful state when I was out there, and that that's what I wrestle with, and I wrestle with confidence, and I think I just was trying to portray that and just express that to the best of my ability.
First row.
Mike Fenn from Winch. Nahshon, you said you were nervous. When was the last time you remember being nervous going into a match, even though you said you tried to calm yourself down?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say nervous. I wouldn't say nervous as much as I would say just, but I think maybe just letting expectation get in my head a little bit, and not setting aside the idea of winning and losing, and just wrestling for the sake of wrestling and wrestling for the sake of putting on a show for people. And I let the expectation just wear me a little bit, and you know, he doesn't tire me out. I tired myself out with the weight of it.
Right over here.
Nahshon, Nick Forster with Sports Illustrated. This entire tournament, you were really having a lot of fun with the Cornell fans. Just what was the atmosphere out there like tonight?
I mean, it's awesome. It's an easy thing to get caught up in. When they were singing the national anthem, I was in tears just because I was just overwhelmed by the glory of the spectating and just the glory of God just emanating from me and just from everybody else, and it was just a pretty amazing thing. And I was a little emotional before my match, so I had to calm myself down and maybe get slapped in the face a couple times before actually went out there in the match.
Question right back here.
Nick Wilson, Chief of Enterprise Record. Nahshon, could you describe where you were at emotionally at this time last year in comparison to now?
Last year? Oh, yeah, last year was a bad year. There was a lot of stuff going on last year with me cutting weight and losing in the second round, and then getting pinned and coming back to fight for fifth, and then having injuries on my knee. Yeah, I mean, obviously the difference is I won it, and you know, and everything that comes with the winning. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, yeah, just the joy of being able to compete and enjoying wrestling last year. I didn't enjoy it. This year I did.
Gary?
Was there any difference wrestling up with, this is Gary out of USA Wrestling, coming up a weight class, do you feel like you wrestled a different style and had a different energy? And the follow-up is, you've qualified for the Olympic trials. Will you go, and at what weight?
Yes. And I have 57 kilos is the plan.
57.
Right back here in the back.
Hi, Eddie Goldman, No Holds Barred. There seemed to be in this match a lot of head slaps. Did you actually use that to your advantage at one point? It looked like he had his arm out and you shot in for a takedown. What was the effect of all of that in this match, or was it more than normal?
I think I really expected that he was going to grind out like that. I did expect myself to take more shots because I believe that my shot was open there that whole time. But for some reason I didn't pull the trigger, and obviously the result was a lot closer than I expected it to be. But he did a good job at his game plan, which is exactly what I figured that he would do, and I didn't stick to mine. And that was that.
Nahshon, Zach Miller, Flores and Ohio Cast. Going from a 25-pounder and then you're going to go 57 kilos at the Olympic trials. Is a 24-hour weigh-in a lot different than a 1 and a 2-hour weigh-in? Could we see anything that would affect you with that weight cut? Potentially, because you could be our Olympian. I don't think there's any question that's up in the air, that weight. Is the weight cut something you're concerned with at all at 57, similar to the 125 cut? That really affected you last year. You weren't the same person that you were, and the person that you are now, you're kind of a different person. How is the weight cut in this 24 hours different?
I would say that going down the 25s, I think getting down and not having to deal with the grind of collegiate wrestling and every day grinding out, constantly having to get in there every day, 1.5 to 2 hours every day. And then I'm having to compete every weekend. I think it's going to be a little bit more a relaxed atmosphere as far as the freestyle. I think I'm going to be able to take, well, obviously I don't have that much time right now, but I think by the time, if I accomplish my goal of making the world team, and I think I'll have enough time to just figure out getting down and how to control my weight and making sure that within the 24 hours that I'm as good as I would be at 33s or whatever other way I would be going.
One more question. Anybody else? We good? Oh, Garrett?
That double leg that won you the match in the last period, do you feel that was about as good a double leg as you got? It really seemed to be a clutch one, and it took him right down. Were you setting that up? Tell us about that shot.
That's a shot that I have in my arsenal. It's a shot that I felt like was there the whole time. Again, it's not anything that he necessarily was doing that was getting on me, because I figured that he was going to do that. It was just a matter of me pulling the trigger and getting after it. And I really just didn't do that as well as I wanted to do that. And, so there's a little bit of, it's hard to say disappointment, but there's a little bit of, you just don't want to wrestle with fear. You come here this whole time, and it's my last match, and I want it to be just me just grinding out and getting to shots, and I just didn't do it. And hopefully when I compete again, I'll be able to turn it back up and wrestle like the person I know that I am, and be able to put on a show and wrestle like one of my favorite wrestlers, Jordan Burroughs.
Nahshon, congratulations again. Thank you for your time. Nahshon Garrett, your champion at 133 pounds from Cornell.